World markets sink while the dollar soars and Bitcoin drops to an 18-month low. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Farrage. Markets tumbled in Asia and Europe to extend a global drop today while the dollar soared as investors anticipate a more aggressive campaign of Federal Reserve interest rate hikes. The Nikkei closed down 3%, the Hang Seng closed down 3.4%, and the Shanghai Composite closed down 0.9%. Investment banks have ramped up projections for U.S. interest rate rises following a hotter than expected inflation reading, with several now forecasting a 75 basis point hike this week. The Federal Reserve meets on Wednesday in the midst of heavy selling in stock and bond markets. It follows May data that shows the U.S. Consumer Price Index rising at its fastest pace since 1981. A 75 basis point hike would be the biggest since 1994. Bitcoin sunk to an 18-month low today, dropping under $24,000 as investors shunned risky assets in the face of the global market sell-off. The world's most popular crypto dived about 10%, striking a level last seen in December 2020. World stock markets have plunged since Friday when data showed U.S. inflation at a fresh four-decade high, increasing recession fears. Bitcoin has collapsed 65% since striking a record peak in November 2021. The total value of the cryptocurrency market fell today below $1 trillion for the first time since January 2021. CoinMarketCap says its total value dropped to $926 billion. A key European Central Bank survey forecasts the Eurozone will avoid a recession this year and growth will accelerate noticeably after bottoming out in the second quarter. Sharply higher fuel and food prices have weakened confidence, investment, and purchasing power. The economy is now expected to grow by 0.1% in the second quarter, accelerating to 0.4% in both the third and fourth quarters. The survey predicts rates will rise by 25 basis points in July and possibly by a bigger margin in September. And that brings us to today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking, where our biggest loser today is LVMH's Bernard Arnault and family, down $3.9 billion with net wealth of $142.1 billion. Our second biggest loser today is Mukesh Ambani, down $1.9 billion with net wealth of $98.9 billion. And our third place loser is Gautam Adani, down $1.8 billion with net wealth of $96.7 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest billionaires news. Closer to home, Abu Dhabi's ADQ is set to acquire Ramia Farrage Group, one of Turkey's leading producers of sterile injectable products. BMG is a production service provider for sterile injectables, namely vials and pre-filled syringes used for vaccines. The company exports to more than 30 countries, including markets across Europe and Asia. First, Abu Dhabi Bank Egypt has announced the completion of the legal merger of Bank Audi Egypt, where all the bank's assets in Egypt will operate under FAB's newly introduced brand identity, Fab Misr. The system integration should be complete by Q4 this year, whereby customers can bank in all branches under the new Fab Misr brand. The merger makes Fab Misr one of the largest foreign banks operating in Egypt, with assets of over $10 billion and 69 branches. IATA says air travel resumed its strong recovery trend in April, up 78.7% compared to April 2021. IATA says April data is cause for optimism in almost all markets except for China, which continues to severely restrict travel. It says the rest of the world is demonstrating that increased travel is manageable with high levels of population immunity and the normal systems for disease surveillance, and it hopes China takes its own steps towards normality. Staying with aviation, London's Heathrow Airport says May was its busiest month since March 2020 as it dealt with 5.3 million passengers. That's 79% of 2019 levels. Cancelled flights, long queues, and staff shortages at UK airports disrupted the travel plans of British holidaymakers during the Jubilee half-term break. However, Heathrow didn't have more cancelled flights than on any other normal day. Also, more passengers checked in online and 90% went through security in under 10 minutes. I'm Ramia Farrage. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.